Very nice piece of candy for countries such as Sweden and Finland. We have Ericsson, one of the largest telecom companies in the world. Finland has Nokia and so on. And you have to bear that in mind. But very early, people like myself started to write debate articles in our newspapers, both the daily ones as well as the tabloids and so on. They have pages where you can express your own opinions. And this is from 1995 in the largest tabloid in Sweden. And I just asked at that time, how dangerous are the same text today, and write, how dangerous is Wi-Fi for kids in schools? It's exactly the same arguments, it's the same type of microwaves, it's the same type of health. Also in Sweden and elsewhere, because this is published all over the world all the time, we could read, for instance, about very strong impact on children. They were exposed to microwaves from telecommunication gadgets. We could read about cancer clusters around telecom mast systems in schools. There are reports in the hundreds and hundreds about this. And in many countries, the authorities has decided to remove phone masts, including, like you have read about, the national libraries in Paris. There are workplaces, schools in Spain that has done the same, in Germany, etc. So there is an oncoming debate, really. And here you are much more active, you know. So this is actually from the Northern Ireland, where a group of masts, in response to not getting a response they wanted to have from the authorities. And of course, this is not the way it should be done in a democracy, but I could understand that sometimes people, and particularly parents, do getting the right information. This is from Norway, and in many countries there is a very fierce attack on the national radiological protection boards and the health protection agencies, because people in general, are not served the entire truth, maybe not even half of it, maybe not even a tenth of it, and they do find out through the internet that there is a lot of information easily one to look for. And you constantly read newspaper posters and flyers saying in this case that mobile phones can give you brain damages. And of course it's hard for a layman to really get behind and so on, but there is of course a scientific background. And there is a number of such scientific articles that has been produced throughout the last 25-30 years, or even longer, already in the 40s, scientific information that clearly said at that time that microwaves are not good for you. And today we count thousands and thousands of such reports, and it's very interesting because, just to give you a feel, something that is called 2 watts per kilogram, but you see that scientists, they are very, very, very far below that, and at furthest 100,000 times below, and that's far below what you see dramatic effects like on cell proliferation, cell cycle, on the blood-brain barrier, leakage capacity, EEG, and so on, you know. And it has been around for a long time. These studies are not done now. It's 97, 95. And very even born then, you know. It's the largest full-scale experiment, the clock, wherever we are, allow ourselves and our children to be used as guinea pigs, whole body rad. Kept repeating this, and hundreds, maybe even thousands, you can dream about. And I'm tired that authorities, governments and parliaments really invest into these issues, and you are really an exception. You are doing great here, and I really admire you for that. So what can be done? Well, very early, myself and others, we sat down and we saw these papers in front of us in our offices, and we realized that we ought to go public with this. We ought to present some form of resolution or whatever. And the first that was published in a peer-review-based scientific journal is the